Hello. Hi, gang. Happy Wednesday. 5 o'clock. Masterclass time. Who's with me? Give me a hashtag live in the old commentos below. Great if you can join me live. Obviously, not a lot of people are sitting around doing nothing at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, but if you can watch, give me a watch live. If you are catching up on replay, give me a hashtag replay. Now, the reason I asked for the hashtag lives and the hashtag replays is that if more people engage on the video on the live, more people will get to see it. And this is a really important topic. So I want everybody, as many people in the world, maybe not the world, as many people in the group as possible to see it. So keep interacting with everything that you're seeing, because I do a lot of value driven stuff. So let's everybody have a chance. So we are going to be talking about body confidence. This is a huge, huge area. Everybody, well, I don't know if everybody, but a lot of the people, the women that I speak to, will maybe say something like, I lost a lot of weight before, but I still didn't feel any happier with my body, or I never actually felt thin, I still felt overweight. Sometimes it happens vice versa as well. So I want to talk about the importance of body confidence being separate from the weight loss. Body confidence is a very internal thing that needs work independently of the dieting or the trying to lose weight or the trying to exercise, etc., etc. And body confidence is one of those things that women do really struggle with for a number of reasons. Why, there's a lot of external stress on us, there's a lot of culture things, there's a lot of social media things. For those of you kind of my age, will have grown up with like Kate Moss, aspirational of nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, which is quite frankly terrifying now. And yeah, just that whole uber thin. And then now, like I certainly don't watch Love Island or anything like that, but like I see all the pictures cropping up and you're like, oh my God, these, like, is this what we're aspiring to now? But anyway, body confidence is simply the art of loving ourselves for who we are. And it's all part of like body positivity. And I've got a huge post that I have been trying to write properly and give it the stuff that it deserves around body positivity, because I actually got a ton of abuse from people within the body positive movement, because for being an enabler for people to not be body confident. And that really did upset me, because one of my goals is that everybody should have body confidence regardless of what size and shape anybody is. But also, people shouldn't be forced to love something if they don't love it. And it's this whole element of choice. Anyway, right, so body confidence. So it can be really frustrating when we're doing everything right, we're eating right, we're exercising right, but we still don't love what we see in the mirror. And it is really, really common, which is sad, I suppose. We all feel pressure. We all see what we see in magazines and in Facebook and Instagram. I actually took a picture of myself the other day while I was training, just to demonstrate actual cellulite. And this is a challenge for me at times, as well as coming to terms with how your body changes as you get older too. But anyway, so when I think if you are struggling with body confidence, it's an important thing to not shy away from. And what can happen is we try, like women, especially women who are used to, high performing women, they've got really good jobs, they've got a lot of responsibility. Internalizing all these negative things that we feel about ourselves is really, really common, because we have this facade of we're doing really well, or everything's hunky-dory. And it doesn't have to be that. We can start being open about things, but not necessarily as I'm so down on myself. You can go, it's talking about things constructively, I suppose. Anyway, right. So body confidence is such a huge topic, and I'm not going to be able to do it full justice in the next 20 minutes, but I'm going to give you 5 key things that are easy to work on, that, it's not a magic wand. Bring out the magic wand. It's not a magic wand, but they are actual things that every single person can do and aim to be a little bit better. We're not going to get perfect overnight. We're not going to suddenly wake up in the morning and go, woohoo, and love it. But with everything good to happen, repetitive behaviours make big changes. And for those of you that are watching that are clients or have been clients, you'll know that whole tiny change equals big change. Anyway, so the first biggest tip that I can give is remove yourself from people or environmental factors that reinforce your negative feelings. Okay, so that might be, we might have colleagues, friends who are the queen of the backhanded compliment. Oh, you look really happy for the size you are. Thanks. Or, I'm surprised you're so fit as you are. I've had that before. And guys, I'm a size 10, 12, right? And I've had people say that to me. I'm surprised you're so athletic. Like that. Well, why? Because I've got chunky thighs. Oh my God, I can lift a shit ton of weight because of these chunky thighs. But anyway, but removing yourself from people who have a negative impact on your emotions doesn't need to be permanently, but certainly if you do have somebody that is not helping you, remove yourself. Take yourself out of the group chat. Take yourself out of the coffee breaks. Take yourself out of the lunch dates. Take yourself out the Saturday night cocktail club, just for a little while you're working on this. And the other big thing that you can do as well is social media. I spent maybe, I can't even remember if it was last year or the year before, but I was following a lot of CrossFit athletes. I was doing CrossFit myself, and I was bombarded by images of really lean, really muscular, really ripped women, and it was actually really getting me down about, why I'm doing all this training and I'm eating this way and I'm doing all the things that I should be and I don't look like them. And I had to have a good hard look at myself. But yes, if you're on social media and you are following people that reinforce negative beliefs or negative feelings about yourself, then unfollow. You don't need that kind of toxicness. And it's not always, I can't think of a situation where anybody would ever be in social media going, haha, you don't look like me. But it is reinforcing that ideal where you probably don't look like that. So yes, one challenge that I have seen with our clients is sometimes negative language and negative actions can come from our nearest and dearest. Now that is obviously a lot harder than to just say get rid of them. Like, oh, okay then, bye, get your divorce. And sometimes partners can belittle our progress, or they don't, almost sabotaging any progress as well. And that's where you might have to have hard conversations about, I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this for me. Or I'm wanting to change my health. That's a big one. And it's a big top tip. Is never tell anyone you're trying to lose weight or that you're on a diet. You're trying to improve your health. Because if anybody tries to turn that around and go, well, you're no fun anymore because you're trying to improve your health, then they're a bit of an asshat, quite frankly. So surround yourself with people who bring you up. That's one of the this is actually a big personal development tip. And it's something that big Tony Robbins, who is a god in the self-development, personal development world, he has very big teeth, but he's brilliant. And he always says, find the people that pull you up. So don't always be in the situation where you're the one pulling up other people. Find people and raise your standards to them. Raise yourself to them. And the thing is, with people that are doing well in life, people who are confident and positive are never ever down on anyone else. And that's actually something that I do need to remember when getting slack from the body positivity movement. When you're an enabler. Well, why are you slating me? Because I'm trying to help people feel better about themselves. Anyway, moving on. So creating a positive network of people, making sure your social media is only helping you feel good and not bringing you down. Okay, so that's my tip number 1. Number 2, and it's obvious, but who actually does it? Start being nicer to ourselves. Start being nicer. So as I said earlier, body confidence is very much an internal thing. It's not a thing that happens when you lose weight. It's an internal thing. We have to do the internal work. And that starts by having a positive perception of ourselves. Think about, when was the last time somebody gave you a compliment? Did you believe that compliment, or did you go, pah? So next time somebody gives you a compliment, try, when you feel that ness coming back in, you just knock it dead, and you're like, thanks very much, appreciate that, that's nice. And it can feel really unnatural, but it's really, really powerful, because people don't give out compliments just to make you feel good as a fakery thing. Like, people give out compliments because they want to be nice to you, and they've recognized something that is positive to say. So yeah, stop when people give you compliments. Stop doubting them. Close it off. When you feel that little negativity coming in, do what I always do. Shake it out. Physically shake it out and replace it with a good thought. Thanks very much. They've taken time out of their busy day to say something positive to me. That's important. All right. But this is when it gets hard, is starting to believe it for ourselves. And part of that process is self-acceptance. Okay. So, at the risk of sounding woo-woo, and this really actually isn't woo-woo, this has now been proven in science, but we need to start talking positively about ourselves, and that might be talking out loud positively about ourselves. So that might be taking a couple of minutes every morning to write 3 things that you like about yourself. It could be having a look in the mirror and finding something that you like, or something that you can talk positively about. It might be having a post-it note stuck in the bathroom mirror, or writing words in lipstick on the mirror, pretending you're in New York. That seems to be quite a New York thing to do. I don't know why. Something that you might see in Sex and the City. Anyway, where you can see the positive affirmations. It could just be something like I look in the mirror and I have got big thighs, and I can look at those, I can make a choice and look in that mirror and go, oh my God, look at the size of your thighs. Or I can go, oh my God, those thighs did 100 squats today, or lifted this, or these thighs are making my waist look really slim, which is another really positive thing about having big legs. It always makes your waist look thin. But yeah, start talking positively to yourself out loud. The more out loud, the better. And even a good tip, and I shared this with one of our clients a couple of weeks ago, is on your phone, you can change your wallpaper to have whatever the hell you want. I have actually created my own wallpaper that says, I am supported. This is actually about work, so I'm not reading this one out. But that's, you're vibing with the universe about the positivity. And the more you say it, the more repeated behaviours we have, it builds these neural pathways that becomes a pattern. So you say it more, you say it more, you say it more, you start believing a little bit, Okay, so do that. It can also, that positive self-talk can also be about being proud of things that you have done. So if you've spent the last week and you've drank 3 litres of water and you've gone for a walk every single day, be proud about that, because that is progress. That's something more that you did than you did last week. If you're feeling shit because you've not been able to do the things that you wanted to do, pull out the positives in anything, going, okay, well, I've eaten shit, I've felt down, but I have managed to get a good night's sleep last night, and that was really good, and I intend to continue having good night's sleep. So a lot of people actively search for the negatives. Switch that around. Actively seek the positives. Find the positive in absolutely everything. And it can be really, really hard to do, but once you start practicing that, you'll start automatically going to the, oh, well, that's an opportunity rather than a negative. That's an opportunity for me to change. That's positive. And that's where you start recognizing how grateful you can be for yourself, and or how grateful your environment is, or how grateful you can be for your family or for your career, or whatever. So yes, stop looking in the mirror and finding flaws. Look in the mirror and find happiness. Find positives. Do it. And if you can't find them yourself, this can be quite hard, especially for women that have been like had really low self-confidence for a long, long time. Go and ask somebody that loves you. Go, what do you love about me? And then you can focus on that. Because they're not going to lie to you. They're going to tell you something that they love about you, and then you can focus on that too. And as you get more into the practice of that one thing, you can find other things. So if another big thing is going back to the whole body positivity thing about the self-acceptance and learning to love yourself the way that you are. If you want to change how you look physically, that is okay. That is still okay. There is not a hard line of you must accept yourself the way you are, but not love the way you are, if that makes sense. But part of that journey is accepting who you are, accepting where you are right now, and knowing that you're going on a journey to change that. Okay. One of the big things, I did a big masterclass in our client group a couple of weeks ago about, are you being a victim or are you being a villain? And very often we get so caught up in cycles of negative language that lead to negative behaviours, that lead to negative actions, that lead to negative results. And then we get really down on ourselves, and we often start blaming everything else, everybody else. It's not me, it's my working hours, or it's not me, it's the program that I'm following, or it's not me, it's the diet. But we've got to be careful that we don't end up being a villain in that cycle and start feeding ourselves even more negativity. Okay, so that's just something to point out. Other tips, I talk about this quite a lot. Don't fake it till you make it, fake it till you are it. And this, it comes from a girl, she's probably older than me, a lady called Amy Cundy, who is, I think she's at Harvard professor, about faking it till you are it. And it really does work. It really, really does work. So, you know, if you find yourself in that kind of doom spiral or negative language spiral, or not doing the things that you know you should be doing spiral, ask yourself, what would future Lisa do? Sorry, Lisa, you're the first one in the list there. What would future Lisa do in this situation? How would she find the positive in this situation? How would she overcome this pattern? And that can be really powerful. So if you don't like the here and now, and you want to be somewhere else, or you want to look different, or you want to feel different, what does that person do in this current situation? And I love thinking about this. Like, sometimes if you're like really can't be motivated, can't be bothered going for a walk, can't be bothered going to food prep or whatever, you go, okay, what would future Emma do in this situation? Well, she would bloody well get off her arse and go and make three days worth of dinners and just go and do it. And it's kind of that, you get into that point where you start going, oh, bloody future Emma, how dare she encroach on current Emma's mood. But yeah, it really can work. So if you, the way to do this is, if you do feel negative, or you do look in the mirror and feel negative, or you do feel low, switch in your head, do the physical shakeout, and do something positive. Think something positive. Feel something positive. If you feel that you can't do something, just repeat, you can, I can, I will, I must, I can, I will, I must. And when we start repeatedly down that pattern of I can, I do, I must, or whatever the pattern was, you will eventually start to believe it, because it's repeated behaviour. Your brain responds well to repeated behaviour. And when you start repeating behaviour, it becomes the norm. Okay? That's why a lot of people are so negative, because it's repeated behaviour. We can switch it up. And it does feel hard at first, but then after a few attempts, it doesn't feel as hard. And then after a bit more, it doesn't feel as hard. So keep going with it. Keep going with it. And after, once you've kept going with it, you will transition from that, this feels really hard, this feels really awkward, this feels fake, and it will start feeling natural, and it will start feeling normal, and it will start feeling like, oh yeah, I can do this, rather than the automatic default of I can't. One of the big things we want to do is also being aware of what it is that is causing lack of body confidence. So if it's being overweight, then we need to address that. You know, fundamentally, if that is one of the reasons why we're not comfortable in our own skin, we don't feel like ourselves, then that does need to be addressed. Now, that doesn't mean to say that you must get down to a size 8 or whatever goal it is. What it means is looking at what is one of the fundamental reasons why we might be low in body confidence, and recognizing it and actually taking action to change it, deciding to change it, not just thinking about it saying, when I lose the weight I will, or thinking about I should really do something about this. If this is one of the reasons that is causing it, then make the decision to change it. Don't talk about it, don't wish about it, take the action to change it. And whether that means reaching out to me or somebody like me, or whether that means therapy or, I don't know, counselling, address it. Recognize the fact that one of those things is causing issues for you. And without doing the inner work, just losing weight isn't going to change anything. That's why I need to do the inner work. But we do need to do the outer work. We need to change behaviours. We need to change lifestyle. We need to change eating habits. We need to change our movement. We need to change how we think. We need to change our patterns and habits and all of those things. And if that's what's going to help, then you do it. And it's nothing to be scared about. It really isn't. It's actually a very positive transition. Really positive transition. So address the biggest thing. If it's not your weight, if it's self-worth or past trauma, it can be any number of things. Address it. Try not and dampen it down anymore. Address it. Get it fixed, or at least start working on it. And one of the other big things that can really impact body confidence is gaining confidence in other areas. So what I mean by that is, it could be, say you've never worked out before, really. You've done some running, or you've pottered about the gym, but never really had a program or anything like that. Do something different. Do something maybe that scares you or takes you out your comfort zone, because when you start achieving different things outside of the issue of the body confidence, you'll start gaining inner confidence. And we see this a lot when people have been promoted. They go in going, oh my God, who am I to do this? I can't do this. But then actually realise that they're really good at it, and they're achieving all these new things, which then impacts their overall levels of confidence. And sometimes having that inner recognition that actually I am worthy, I can do this, I can do things, I'm smart, that can give us the confidence to go and tackle other things that are causing low body confidence or self-confidence. All right. So it might mean there's a lot of different aspects, a huge amount of different aspects, but one of the other things to look at about self-confidence is, we call it dopamine fix or instant gratification. And that is where social media is the worst for it, right? Social media is the worst. But eating can also be part of this whole dopamine fix as well. So when we've all got into the habit of reaching for our phone and going on Instagram, so whatever, Pinterest, I don't know. And we are just absorbed into other people's lives. And it's not serving us, it's not giving us any benefit in our life. It is raising our dopamine levels, which is a feel-good chemical in our body. Right? And we've started to crave it because we're doing it so often. And it's the same that we see that happens with people that binge eat or comfort eat. They're seeking that high. They're getting the high. That's not the physical hunger. It's getting the actual high from it. So when we start practicing when we start practicing delayed gratification, that also can build in our confidence. So if we're in a habit of eating shit food, or we're in a habit of absorbing too much social media, or if we're in a bad habit of biting our nails, or something, or self-harm, or drinking too much, or drugs, or smoking, or whatever, if we can start saying to ourselves, right, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it in 5 minutes. I'm going to leave my phone there, and I'm going to walk away from it and leave it 5 minutes. That starts building up our own self-confidence, because we're actually, okay, I'm not relying on that as much. So if I can go 5 minutes, I can go 10 minutes. If I can go 10 minutes, I can go half an hour. If I can go half an hour, I can go a day. And that starts building inner confidence, self-confidence, which then can have a positive impact on our body confidence. All right. So ultimately, like, if you want to be body confident, ultimately it's about control, getting in control of your body, of your thoughts, everything that's going on, and being in control of the decisions that we make. So if you make a decision to change, if you want to change your body because you think it will help your body confident, change it, take action. Very often the biggest blocker is unable to rip off the plaster and make the decision. And it can be scary, but it's not. It can feel scary, but it doesn't have to be. So yeah, control, self-control, self-confidence, body confidence. All right. So if you apply these five tactics, and we start addressing the underlying reasons why, and we change our language and we change our behaviors, that is naturally just going to take you on this curve of happier, more confident, being the future version of yourself that maybe is body confident, that is happy and healthy. So has that helped? Oh God, I've gone over. Oh no, I've not gone over. Has that helped? Any questions? Give me a question. Give me a question. There's so much to dig into here, so much. So this is just really your overview of and top 5. I don't know what I'm taking notes of myself. Oh, hello. Do I have any questions for myself? Okay, so if you do have any questions, pop them in the chat. Even if you're catching it on replay, I do get notifications. What else did I want to say? I have had a really good idea. But a really good idea, and I'm going to ask the question in the group tomorrow. Who else? Actually, I've had a really good idea, but I need to validate that good idea, because if I think it's a good idea and nobody else thinks it's a good idea, then I'm really not going to spend lots of time on this good idea. I think it's a good idea. So I'll post about it tomorrow. Another news, I'm off on holiday on Friday. We're leaving here about 3. So I think I've got 1 space left for consultations this week. We've just had another new lady join us, the lovely Debbie. Hi, Debbie. And so I've got 1 space left for consultation, and then the lovely Clara will be doing consultations while I am away. So grab a space with me. I don't have anything for Friday, actually. I've got space tomorrow lunchtime-ish. That's all I've got. 2 spaces. Nope, 1 space. 11:30. Grab it. So if you do want to drop 2 dress sizes in 90 days, get your body confidence skyrocketed, then grab 1 of those spaces. All right. Okay, have a lovely evening. I'll speak to you all. I will be live before the week is out. Maybe do a wee cheeky live at the airport. But I'll speak to you later. Have a lovely one. Bye, 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 bye.